So this video is to give you a bit of advice on what not to do or errors to avoid when you're mowing your lawn. Now I was going to do this video a while ago because we had so much rain and these particular problems were happening a lot. Now as I'm recording this, we've got a lot more sun, so these errors happen slightly less frequently, but nevertheless it's still valid and can still happen even if it's a dry lawn you're mowing. So first mistake that most people make is, they want to create Wembley or Wimbledon, and you'll probably cut the lawn too low. So you'll set the blade on maybe 1 inch, something like that, and the problems of cutting your lawn so small is that the grass is obviously reduced in size, but every lawn has got at least a dozen different weeds in it, from the ones that like dandelions or thistles, but there are so many different, and moss as well. And the shorter your grass is, the more competitive those weeds will be, and they will win. Moss will definitely win. I'm sure some of you are watching this now thinking, yeah, my lawn's covered in moss. Well, one of the reasons for that could be that you're cutting your lawn too short, and if you do, the moss will just thrive. It will compete with the grass and it will win. Okay, so wherever possible, try to cut your lawn on a 2-inch setting, which most lawn mowers have got the settings now from 1 to 6, 7, 8 in some cases. You never want to go down to 1 inch, so that means you're cutting the grass 1 inch from the soil. Okay, so the grass should be left 1 inch. You really always want to cut it at least 2. Obviously in autumn and winter, there's far less cutting goes on. So that's what level you need to have your mower blade at. What I really wanted to talk to you about was the problems of if your lawn is damp, if your blade is set too low, and if your blade isn't completely and utterly level. You could end up, and I'm sure you might say this yourself, you could end up with problems like this. So, I hope you can see that. What's happened here, this is the edge of the lawn, right, and it's sloping, okay, sloping downwards into the border. Now, your blade is spinning round horizontally. It can only do horizontal, right? So, whenever you're mowing your lawn, and however small the patch, if that part of that lawn you're mowing is not equally flat, you're going to have problems. And there are ways to deal with it, and there are ways to mow it properly. But if you just carry on regardless, you'll end up this. You can see the slice of the blade. Right. The blade from the mower has gone into that and ruined this lady's lawn. Yeah, purely because it's on a slope. It was wet at the time, so that's more easy for it to cut. And the blade was set too low. This is even worse here. Okay, so a whole swathe of grass, and you can see, I think you can see where the blade is dug in there. Okay, so be careful of that when you've got your blade set too low and it's going on uneven ground. And one of the most common uneven grounds are anthills. I've seen many gardens with anthills, usually red ants, the ones that bite. They're very difficult to get rid of, as a matter of fact. If you try lots of different things like boiling water, right, what happens is it won't kill them all, and what they do is the ants leave that nest and simply move 2-3 meters away into your lawn somewhere else. So they are very hard to get rid of. I have had some successes, some failures as well. But yeah, if you go over an anthill, which as you know is very clayey, so everything that the ants have dug up from beneath, if you go over that, with any blade, it's going to look like you've been skidding on wet grass and just leave mud. Yeah, so it's not going to look very good. There are ways to tackle that, but going straight over it in a mower is not one of them, and it's not going to leave your lawn looking very good. All right. As for these problems that I'm going to repair, I want an instant repair, so I've got a roll of turf. I'm going to bed that in for the lady rather than seed it, because the lady has mobility problems, so she's not going to be able to get out here every single day and look at it. So I'll get an instant repair. Got my roll of turf. If you're interested in buying turf at the moment, you can get some good turf, as always, from B&Q, £6 a square metre, and it's good turf, and that's a very good deal, actually. And I know about making these sort of mistakes. Got more there, because I've done them. Even now, when I've mowed, for most part of this year, we've had no end of rain, haven't we? So the water level's risen, and the grasses are too wet, and when it's wet and soft, I've done it myself. And when you've cut away the grass, it takes some repairing. Can't just leave it like that. So hope that helps you. Always set your blade at least 2 inches, and if you're going over something uneven, take your time and work out what is the best angle with your mower to go at it, so that always remember that your blade's going round horizontally. Okay, so if the slope's going like that, then go across the slope so that you're in line with the slope and your blade's in line with the slope. So hope that helps, and helps you avoid having similar problems to this lady.